Alright, so today we are going to talk about Nearpod. Nearpod is an online tool that teachers can use to create lessons, and students can also use Nearpod to complete the lessons. Nearpod is a tool that I have personally been able to use in a few of my college classes, and it's a tool that I have found to be really easy to navigate and just a really fun way to provide students with the hands-on interactive lessons which incorporate technology. So today I'm just going to walk through how Nearpod can be set up, how you can set up a lesson, and then I'm also going to discuss the reasons why Nearpod uses formative assessment and summative assessments. So when you go to nearpod.com, you're going to want to sign up as a teacher. This allows you to create lessons for the students. So I have already signed up, so I'm going to go to log in, and I'm going to log in using my Google account. So I could type in my password, my email, my password up here. Again, it prompts you to sign up if you have not signed up already, but I'm going to log in with my Google account. So then I will choose the account that I have signed up with, which is going to be this one. Alright, and then when you get to your Nearpod homepage, all of your lessons that you have created are going to be in your library. And so when you want to create a new lesson, there's two different options. You can create a lesson in Nearpod, which directly creates the lesson right here using Nearpod, or you can create a lesson in Google Slides. Both are equally effective. However, I have tried to use Google Slides to create my lesson, and when I wanted to transfer it over to Nearpod, I lost all the audio. And so if you're wanting to use audio in your Nearpod lesson, the best bet would to go directly in Nearpod. So let's create one. So when you first get to Nearpod, you're going to want to title your lesson. So you can click on it and give it a title. I'm going to title this one Lesson 1. And then if you want to add a slide to it, there are 3 different options. So you can add content, add web content, or add activity. So if you wanted to add content, this could be anything between adding a YouTube video, adding a link to an article, or typing out something that was directly informational from the class. You could also add audio, something that you wanted the students to know, instructions, maybe something that couldn't be found on the web. But today we're going to look at this add activity. So this option allows you to add a different forms of questions. So this open-ended question, you can type in your question here. So for example, you could say, what is your opinion on iPads in the classroom? And then you can add a timer, but most Nearpods that I've seen haven't had a timer. And this question will just allow your students to kind of give their opinion on how they feel, and it wouldn't be necessarily graded based off of their answer, but it would just allow you as the teacher to be able to read how the student feels in regards to that question. Alright, and then one other form of an activity that I'm going to show you is this quiz. So this quiz option is a lot like quizzes, if you've ever had to use that tool. Super awesome tool. So you're going to enter your question here, and then you're going to give a couple options for answers. You can add a reference. So this would be a really good way to have either the formative assessment or the summative assessment. It would allow you as the teacher to kind of have a grading system with actual points to see where your students are before the Nearpod lesson or after the Nearpod lesson. It would be this question would allow you as the teacher to kind of base your point system and the results that you get based off of a question, so the students could actually see how well they're doing as well, or maybe some areas to improve. And so you are also able to, if you wanted to add some content, you can make a slide, you can add a video, audio, you can add a PDF, a live Twitter stream. But with the video, you can add a YouTube video, so you could directly put in either a link, but Nearpod allows you to also just put the video in there, and so then the students aren't having to have the hassle between trying to find a link that works or click on the link, and then it boots them to an error page and all of that stuff. So Nearpod allows you to just directly put the YouTube video into the activity, so the students can just click it, and then Nearpod automatically goes to the next slide. So after they've watched the video, it goes to the next slide, and then after they've answered the question, it goes to the next slide. And so it's also super easy to navigate for you as the teacher when you set it up, and then for the student. And so I feel that Nearpod would be a really good tool to use in the classroom for the formative side of assessing, to be able to kind of see where students are in the beginning, find out how much they know about the topic, how much maybe they need to learn about the topic, and then for the summative assessment at the end of the project and lesson, you could see how much they've learned, how they've improved from the beginning, from the first assessment. And so Nearpod is a really good tool and a good use of technology.